What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video. This build video is for my Frost Warden PvP build. 1 bar. Let's see the stats buffed up real quick. So we've got nearly 42k health, 1200 magicka recovery. We've got over 10,000 penetration. We've got 30k resistances, and we have 2300 critical resistance with around 30k spell critical. We've got all our points into health. We're running Bewitched Sugar Skulls. Make sure you're a Vamp Stage 3, mine's just run off, but you want Vamp Stage 3 for the Undeaf passive. The Mundus is the Lover for extra penetration. We'll jump straight into the sets. We are running the Master's Ice Staff with a weapon damage enchantment, Sharpened. The Master's Ice Staff reduces the cost of Destructive Touch by 10%, and it will give you a increase in your weapon damage for 4 seconds of up to 600, which is very strong. Probably best in slot for a Warden Frost. The second set we are running is Noon Attack. I'm running a Heavy Head Reinforced. This will give you a line of armour, and when dealing frost damage, which is all the time on this build, you will apply a snare, and if they're hit 4 times with the frost damage, they will be afflicted with Major Brittle, which will increase their critical damage taken, and this scales with your weapon and spell damage. The shoulder is also heavy and reinforced, and I've got max health enchantments on them. The chest is a Cuirass of the Trainee infused with max health, and that will give you a line of health as well. And the next set is Frostbite, which increases your damage done with frost abilities, and also increases your damage done against chilled enemies, increasing your damage against enemies afflicted with Minor Brittle, which you will be applying Minor Brittle with your Frost Staff. So that is a Light Waist infused. We've got Light Gloves of Frostbite, Impenetrable. We've got the legs, Light Breeches of Frostbite, Impenetrable. And we've got the shoes of Frostbite, Impenetrable. So I've got max magicka on the smaller pieces, and larger pieces are health. The neck is Amulet of Frostbite with magicka recovery and arcane. And if you can, I haven't put on this character, put a druid piece. I've just put a ring here at the moment because I haven't got druid, but you want to put 1 piece there because you'll get another line of max health, so it'll push the actual health to around, I think it's 43, maybe 44,000. And the Oaken Soul ring, healthy I've got, and you want 2 weapon damage enchantments and 1 recovery, which I think is ideal. So the first skill I'm using is the Unstable Wall of Frost, which will deal frost damage to anyone in the area, and it will also apply a shield which will absorb projectiles. That's for you and allies as well. It will also reduce their movement speed and apply a Minor Breach, and will deal frost damage, and when it explodes you'll get another shield, shielding you and allies again. Next skill is Deep Fissure, which does a lot of damage and will apply Major Breach. We have the Spammable, which is works with the Master's Ice Staff, which is the Destructive Touch, and that is Frost Reach, which will deal frost damage and an additional frost damage over 20 seconds, and they will be afflicted with chilled status effect, so they get the Minor Brittle. So you get the minor and major brittle on this build. Resolving Vigour for a heal over time, and minor resolve, which will increase your resistances. You've got your Polar Wind, which is your massive heal, which will heal you and allies and scales off the max health. That's why we're stacking the max health as high as possible. And Northern Storm, which will reduce their movement speed again and will deal frost damage in the area, and will also give you another 300 weapon damage, and will also give you major protection. So if we go back to the stats, that's why the weapon damage looks a bit low, but of course you're going to be getting, you're going to get 300 from this, you're going to get 600 from the Master's Ice Staff, plus the 400 from the enchantment, so you're going to get around 1300. So that will go around to like 5.5k weapon damage, and you've got really strong penetration. Plus you've got the minor and major breach, so you're looking at about 1700k pen and about 5.5k weapon damage. We'll go into the champion points. So you've got Fighting Finesse for a bit of extra critical damage, Deadly Aim, Biting Aura for AoEs, as your ultimate is an AoE. And we've got Resilience for some critical resistance. We've got Bastion for we've got shields on us, so this will increase your shield size. Pain's Refuge to reduce damage taken. Sustained by Suffering for a bit of recovery. And Fortified for a bit of armour. So this build is really fun to play. It is easy to play because it's obviously one bar, and you're really tanky because every time you throw heavy attacks, you will keep snaring people, so it will immobilise a lot of players, so they can't actually damage you as easy. You're going to keep getting shielded by your heavy attacks. It's just an all-round nice build to play. I really do enjoy it, as it's you feel very tanky. I'll just give a quick example if I can get to one. I just want to go to a resource point, as this will show off how tanky the build is. I know it's not against human players, but it's just to show how good it really is. You can absorb a lot of damage because you are just constantly shielded by throwing heavy attacks. The recovery is a little bit low on the build, but because you are spamming heavy attacks in between your destructive touch, it's really not too bad. I don't have any trouble sustaining on this build, and you can spam the Polar Wind all day long. It's a real fun build to play. So I'll just quickly go and get a resource point just to show. I have been wanting to do like a Frost Warden for a long time, and this one bar variant is very strong. Snares a lot of players, and you can really sort of pin them down. I will be uploading some video clips along with this in another video, as I'm still getting the clips together. It's really fun in battlegrounds as well, capturing objectives, because you can really hold the flags down, and people will have a hard time sort of taking the objectives from you. But the Master's The Master's Arse. The Master's Ice Staff is definitely best in slot for a Frost Warden, as Destructive Touch is perfect for the build. So even though the stats, like I said, don't look crazy with the weapon damage, it does stack up, and you're getting all that major and minor breach from the sub-assault. But with a lot of builds, you know, capturing resources can be a little bit tricky, particularly when you're on your own. But this build really does make short work of it. I haven't got the Undeath passive on, so it's still not as strong as it should be. But you've got no worries about all of them hitting you at once. What you'll do is make sure you're just spamming that heavy attack. So as you can see, it does quite a bit of AoE damage. You don't feel as under pressure with this build. You know, even if there's multiple players attacking you, they really back off when they are constantly getting snared. Let's take out that healer. So as you can see, like I said, your health bar doesn't really go down much at all. So capturing objectives is just super easy. It's like a nice casual build to play. You can play more aggressively than what you would other builds. I find it's just so tanky. But like I said, I haven't got the Druid's Ring on or the Undeath passive at the moment, so you'll be even more tankier with that, and you'll be probably nearly 43k health. So super simple, guys. Nice and easy build, and it's got 3 frost abilities, which is nice. There's only one that isn't, which is the sub assault. But yeah, it is real good. I wasn't a big fan of the Frost Warden at first, but like I said, it is very good with the. There's one. Also, yeah, you get because you're wielding a frost staff, you get more, increase your damage done by 12% when wielding an ice staff, so it does hit hard, and you feel very sort of tanky and strong. So yeah, that's it for the build video, guys. I'll just capture this resource. Like I said, I will be uploading more clips of the actual PvP gameplay. This is just the build video, quick rundown. Got to make sure I get that Druid's Ring on and the Undeath passive. If you like this build, please drop me a like and any comments if you've got any questions. I just remembered one thing, which is I'm a high elf, as you'll get extra magicka and spell damage, which is ideal for the build. But you can run any race really. You can run a Nord for extra health. But the high elf is good for the damage. So I'll see you in the next one, guys.